Welcome back. We're here to preview Monday night's Premier League game between Everton and QPR. Now, let's start with Everton. 3 games without a win, and they're down to 12th in the table now.
Got themselves on a poor little run, haven't they? Sort of out of nowhere, really. Last time out against City was obviously the main one for them to go there. They had a good record at City before. They'd gone there, probably fancied to get something from the game, but they deserve something from the game. I think it was a penalty that won the game that was not a penalty, was it? It was James Milner going down the box under a challenge from Jagielka, which was soft to say the least. City probably should have gone down to 9 men, and Everton had their moments. First half they weren't great. Second half they increased the pressure, didn't they? Eto'o was playing off Lukaku for that game. Played well, was picking bits and bobs outside the box, but Barkley came on lively in certain spells. But overall, they probably deserved a point, and the fact that they went all that way, put a lot of effort into the game, and got nothing from it when it was probably undeserved from City is probably tough for them to take.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, down to 12th in the table. And I think it's only 2 wins at home out of 8 in the Premier League at home this season. Their form at Goodison is usually a lot better than that, and it's really surprising to see them doing that. And 1 win in 6 overall in the league, and you wonder if they can still maybe get into the top 6. So I think they're 5 points off the top 6 now, and they need a decent run certainly. But I think the one positive this season has been their European form. They've been excellent in Europe. They've already sewn up a top spot going into this week's midweek game, and so they're going to rest a lot of players against Krasnodar in midweek, so they won't be tired particularly going into this game. And yeah, obviously, I think a cup run would be really good for them, because if they are going to sort of be sort of lower mid-table this season and not get into Europe, then they need a really good cup run to sort of make their season worthwhile, because otherwise, it's been a really bad season.
I think one positive for the QPR game, a negative for the QPR game would be Gareth Barry getting suspended, wasn't it, last time out, got his booking. He's been a really good player for them, hasn't he? Especially last season, came in this season on a permanent deal from Manchester City. He's been really good at the beginning of the season, but James McCarthy could be back for this game, which would be a big thing for them. He's ever since he came from Wigan, I've liked him. He's a good player in the middle of the park. Besic will probably come in there as well, either with or without McCarthy. So they've got options in there, but it's overall it's been disappointing for Everton. Naismith might be back as well. That could be a big, because he's beginning of the season, he scored a lot of goals, and you look at his record, it's very good. So if they can get a couple of players back, they'll be okay.
Yeah, so we mentioned that Everton, they're really struggling at the moment, but they come up against the QPR side. They're terrible away from home, but they did win last time. Another win at Loftus Road. They're really good at Loftus Road recently, especially 2-0 over Burnley, who they came up with last year from the Championship, and Burnley went into that game quite confident. They were on a good run, and Burnley's form against QPR recently, especially last year, they had played really well in both games against QPR. So to get a win there, really impressive. Obviously, Charlie Austin set one up, scored the other, but he's now suspended after getting himself sent off, and that's such a huge blow for them, because he's been such a key player for them going forward recently. And if he's missing here, it's hard to imagine them getting a goal, really.
I mean, you mentioned the home form. It's always important, isn't it, if you're going to try and stay in the Premier League? Home form is always important, but you need to pick up bits and bobs on the road, don't you? Certain points, and they've lost all 7 games so far. Scored only 2 goals, which is they're actually the first team since Bolton 19 years ago as well to lose their opening 7 away games in the Premier League. And the weeks keep going on, and you need to, like I say, home form's important, but you need to pick up a win here and there, a point here and there, and they haven't managed to do that so far.
No, and I don't think, even though Everton haven't been great at Goodison, obviously QPR's just horrid away form. Everton will definitely start the game as favourites. So what's your score prediction?
I can't see QPR ending it, to be honest. I think Everton will win quite comfortably 2-0.
Yeah, I think Everton, like I said, they'll be able to rest players for the midweek game against Krasnodar, so I think they'll be quite fresh for this one. It's on Monday night at Goodison. Should be a good atmosphere, so I think they're going to win it 3-1. So both fancy Everton to win by 2 goals here. Thanks for watching.